Hey, welcome into Dom Time tonight, everyone. Special, no breaking news, none of those types of, well, sort of breaking news. Next week, something huge is coming to the Delaware Valley. Philadelphia Inquirer, I'm not sure about the Daily News, says it's about $100 million to the local economy. These things are always overblown, but it is big. We're talking about the U.S. Open. We're talking about golf, corporate America, and just the sport of golf. Is it a sport? Are these guys athletes, or are they just guys with pretty good hand-eye coordination and pants that are pretty out there? Joining us tonight to talk about this is Mike Kern, columnist for the Philadelphia Daily News, who's covered how many majors, Mike, have you covered?
Everything since 1990, pretty much.
Okay,
so dude, I'm over 100 and some. If you count women, I'm over 100 and some majors. I don't know.
All righty. And Ken Dunnock, who is the publisher of Jersey Man magazine and possessor of a great suntan, sort of, that he's working on, must have played this afternoon.
I was doing my homework on golf this afternoon.
That's right.
So
did you break
preparation for the show?
Did you break 90?
I barely did, but it wasn't very pretty today.
Now, from previous shows, people know you. They know you as an athlete, played with the Eagles, played in several types of things. We talked about all sports. But I think you believe this might be the toughest sport for you, somebody who was a multi-college athlete.
Yeah, I was a three-sport athlete in college, actually. I played baseball and basketball in junior college and played Division I football and basketball. And I've gone to golf a little bit in these later years now because of some injuries. But I can tell you that I was always a natural in every sport that I ever tried to play. Basically because I didn't know if I had that much more talent than anybody, but I always tried harder than the next guy. Golf is a game. The harder you try, the worse you do. You've got to put your work in on the practice tee and then carry that over to the event or the tournament.
Well, what turns you on about
game.
playing golf, though? Why do you play golf? Let's talk about it's expensive.
Right.
It takes a lot of time, too much time for a guy who's a publisher of a magazine, right? Is it the business part of it, or is it the competitive fire? What's so intriguing about it?
That's part of it. I mean, business does play a part in why I play golf, but the biggest reason is the challenge. It's the hardest game I've ever tried to play. And then I've had one shining moment in golf. I shot 69, one under par one day at my club. And to me, as I was walking up that 18th green, it was like I was back in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was just a thrilling experience for me to conquer that game for one day amidst a sea of frustration and inadequacies in golf. For one day.
You should have quit that.
That's what brings us back.
You're right.
Now, Mike, you told me before the show, though, you're of the mindset, and you say the numbers are out there with Tiger Woods and how golf, we're going to talk about Tiger in a minute, has been popularized, but the numbers of people actually playing, you say, are going down.
Absolutely.
Why? Why wouldn't more people be playing?
It is, for younger people now, to get into the game, too expensive, too much time, too hard. It's the holy trio. I mean, you have to devote, like Ken said, if you want to get good at it. I haven't practiced in 30 years. I used to practice all the time. I go out and on the first tee, whatever I am that day, that's what I am. But if you want to get good at it, really good, you have to practice. You have to practice a lot. You have to devote, if you want to play golf, 6 hours. I mean, maybe more. If you're talking about getting up, getting there, whatever. And it can be expensive. I mean, when I was 18 years old, we could go out on a Saturday, play some pretty good, what we call public courses. They weren't municipal, they were nice public courses. $10. That would have been 35 years ago. $10, I could call them on a Wednesday and say, we're coming. You could walk, pull your cart, and you go around and play 9 more or 18 more when you're done. I would venture to wager that most of those same type courses now on a weekend would be $75, $80. Wow. That's not even a good course. I mean, they are good courses, but it's not
a
like,
super yet.
I
grew up playing Roosevelt in downtown in South Philly.
I grew up with John F. Byrne.
John F. Byrne, John F. Byrne was a step up. We had fish in the fairways.
It's actually John F. Kern, but
and gamblers that hung out there. Where did you grow up playing, Ken?
I'm from Chicago, though I didn't really pick up golf until I moved here to Philadelphia in 1980.
All right, so have you been a country club guy, basically, or no?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be a member of a country club for several years now. Yeah, and I do play a pretty nice course up in Burlington Country Club in Mount Holly, sure.
So, Mike, why, if the numbers are going down, what would be the benefit? We see the Tiger Woods boom, but people are going to be watching him when he is here in Philadelphia. He will be the story as long as he's relatively close to contention.
Right.
TV networks, you guys will write about him. What's the benefit? I mean, I've always said this is truly beneficial to all kinds of kids to take up golf and to play golf. Do you think it has any benefit to them?
You mean watching Tiger? Why do
No,
people
no, I
watch
mean,
Tiger?
no, to play golf yourself. The First Tee program is a wonderful idea.
Right, but the First Tee program was never designed to find the next Tiger Woods.
No, I mean just to play.
People say, okay, but here's the thing. People say, well, why isn't there another African American golfer on the PGA Tour? Well, there may never be. First of all, there may never be another Tiger Woods. I mean, there will be another guy that will come on, but. So you take a kid and put him in the First Tee, where the main thing is to get them educated, to learn values in life, to take them on, okay, so you're a 14, 15-year-old kid, you put a club in their hands, they take them out and they play. Now they become 17, 18. How are they getting a club? They got to go buy a club. How are they playing? Well, they got to go pay. How are they getting better? I know my son, I can only put it in his terms, he is 27 years old, 28 years old. He's lucky he has enough money to get through the week and try to save a little money or do this or whatever. For him to play twice a week, how does he fit that into his whatever, his schedule, his And I think that's the problem. Is a lot of people, they'll go out and a lot of people give the game up. They play the game. I mean, I've been doing it for 35 years, so it's just kind of a part of me, but not very many of my friends play. Some of them do. And I'm lucky because I'm America's guest a lot. I mean, I'm lucky enough to get invited to play a lot of places like where Ken. If I had to pay for all of my golf, I'd probably play a lot less golf.
Okay, coming up, we're going to talk more with Mike Kern, Ken Dunnick here, and Tom Giordano, talking golf and talking about the U.S. Open. I mean, what the heck is the U.S. Open to the average person coming to town? Why is it so significant, and how much is the economic benefit? All straight ahead on Tom.